Yeah.
It is really good. I can't do nothing about
All right.
it. I can't zoom in right there. So
Move on. Okay. I don't see it.
2 yes.
There we go. You're on.
So, there you go. Hey, Places, what's up? Yeah, the one earlier was just a test. Just seeing how things goes. You doing okay? Another day in paradise. I hear you. It's been a nice day today. Fairly decent. For that, Mary. I'll give you the address. There you go. There you go. There you moderate. Wait for a bunch of people to get in here. We've got a couple of things we want to go over and talk about. And, it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I'm kind of rusty at this. So I don't know how it's going to go. Let me tell you how many people's watching the unit. Well, maybe I could do that.
See right here. 3 thumbs up and give the thumbs up here. 5 are watching.
Okay, I'm watching. Cool. All right. Let me know who's watching everything, guys. I appreciate it very much. Oh, I want to wait a little bit till a few more people get in. Don't have an activity for y'all to take part in here in a little bit. I'm going to do some Google Map search, and I can't put it up here on the screen because the way this is, I'm using YouTube as a video source, and it doesn't allow me to screen share. But if you got a spare device that you get onto, you can actually look up this place. I'm going these places I'm getting ready to give you names of, and kind of see a coordinated thing there, a connecting thing going on with this. Now, all this stuff, guys, happens to me. I don't go out looking for information until I get something that triggers me, and then I go hunting down it, and then it comes up with all kinds of cool stuff. And especially with this about the energy crisis, I found something that connects to a video I did a while back about the Anglo-Saxon mission that I talked about in the video. God help us all, the agenda, and it points to exactly what's going on now. And it's kind of startling if you think about it, guys, what this plan is. And it started a long time ago, probably in the 70s, if not before that I know of. So after a few more people get in here, guys, we'll start getting into this. Like I say, let me know that you're here. Let me say hi that once you get in here. You can sit back, be quiet, and listen after that, but just let me know who's here and who isn't. Or let me know who's here anyway.
Just share.
It's cool. There's the 3 participating right now. But anyway. I don't know how to fill the air with conversation without having some information.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting ready to put out our garden. That's one good thing. The sun's broke, the weather's broke, and finally I'm getting out. I brought in a bunch of topsoil to fill in spots and everything, and got to break it up real good, and we're going to start putting our potatoes out and our tomatoes and everything else. Go have a few things, I guess, potatoes and carrots and tomatoes
zucchini,
and zucchini and onions and all that other good
Peppers.
stuff. Peppers, of course, peppers. Gosh almighty, we like peppers.
garlic.
And we'll have the garlic, of course, and green leafy stuff like spinach and kale and lettuce
Anyone like Swiss chard?
and Swiss chard. We might even get some radishes out and maybe even horseradish this year. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see where it goes. But we're shooting for a good, bountiful production this year. Last year, we got more than we could have used and everything. We was giving away tomatoes, zucchini by the end of the year, and so this year I expect to have more. I'm not going to give away my potatoes. I hold them dear and near to my heart. I like my taters. So, but we had an abundance amount of tomatoes. Like I said, we had to give them away, and a bunch of them was just tossing over the hill because we couldn't keep up with them all. Anna's got a good green thumb. She knows what she's doing in the garden with flowers and everything like that. So I'll take a lot from her and use her guidance and her knowledge and everything. And gosh almighty, it's crazy how much we get. So hopefully some of y'all, if y'all got a little spot of dirt somewhere around your house or inside your house even, if you got a good open window, get you a bucket and put you some plants in there. All right? I mean, container garden. You get a few 5-gallon buckets and you can have you enough veggies going on there. You can get a tabletop plant bed for leafy vegetables like lettuce and stuff like that. It don't take much space. But the overall end of it, guys, makes you feel so much better that you're doing this on your own and you're eating actually stuff that you grew yourself and you know where it come from and how well it was taken care of and what goes into it. And that's a big boost compared to what you're getting in the markets anywhere. You don't even know if it's real food anymore. It could be plastic imported from who knows where, and or some kind of synthetic crap. We know about the food glue they use in meat, but they also use it in other vegetative matter too. Your salad mixes, guys, don't trust that and all that stuff. Any of these prepared foods, they're toxic. Of course, we got to eat them all. We ain't got no choice unless you go completely off grid, start doing your own thing. And most of us, 90% of us, or at least 80% of us, aren't set up for that. So you got to do what you can. Make sure you got some fresh green stuff going on in your house or around your house. It's good for you, good for the environment. And you've got enough room, guys, start a flower bed. Growing beef. But, if you get a chance, guys, it just, even if you plant trees, flowers, anything, guys, anything that returns back to the nature, that helps nature is cool. We got honeybees starting to come around already, and that's cool. But they're a little darker looking. They don't have the prominent yellow and black striping on it. It's mostly black and kind of a subdued color, yellow, almost a grayish looking yellow on them. So I don't know what's going on with that, but who knows? Yeah, going to have chickens. Going to dig into about what we need to do and to keep them going and everything like that. But we got to put out, take care of the predators and everything that we got. So, but we got a plan for that already. We're going to put up a good fence around it, protected field for them. Doing a little concentration camp. So how many we got now watching? 6 watching. Well, that's more than 8 watching. Cool. All right. Guys, let me know that you're here watching everything. I appreciate that. That kind of helps me feel better. Duck eggs are good. Well, the only thing is, if we start getting ducks, Anna, we're going to keep them as a pet, and then there goes that. We've got a tractor supply that's not too far down the road from us that we can get chicks from. So we're talking a little bit with them, and Anna knows a couple of chicken experts around here. That she's getting ideas of what they need for this area of Pennsylvania. It gets cold here in the winter, so we don't know what we'll do with that. But stewed chickens, roasted chicken is always good.
Yeah. Carolyn has her chickens in the winter. I wonder what she does with them. I will find it out.
Yeah. So while everybody's sitting here waiting and everything, I'm going to give y'all a little exercise, a little activity you can participate in. If you go up on Google Maps, I want you to look up 635 Grant Street in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Labrador's good dogs for hunting. But y'all go to Grant Street, 635 Grant Street in Pennsylvania. And if you look at it a little bit and everything, you kind of notice it looks a little bit like that AT&T building in New York City. And in fact, it is part of that AT&T system that's in New York City that's owned by Jared Kushner. Uh, whether y'all knew that or not, I forgot the address, but I think it's 33 something other in New York City. Anyway, he owns that one. Or the 666 is one. Okay, yeah, that's right. 666, whatever it is, Manhattan, Fifth Avenue, whatever. But one of the things I noticed is, guys, that Jared Kushner has the initials JK, which means just kidding. Also, the initials are short for Joker. Just thought that was kind of a side note that we might want to look at. If you look at Jared Kushner and put a little makeup on him, well, you can have the Joker out there. Anyway, if you go to 635 Grant Street, Pennsylvania, and you go ahead on Google Maps or Google Earth and draw your line up to Lilyville, Pennsylvania. That's in Franklin Township in Pennsylvania. That's a little bit north and west of Pittsburgh. And from there, you draw a line to go to Boyers, Pennsylvania. Now, why these two places are important on this right now is because Lilyville is where they have an underground communications bunker. It's hardened against all kinds of nuclear, biological, electronic attacks. It's a hardened system ready for emergency communications throughout the United States and the world. It's located about an hour north of Pittsburgh. And the funny part is that it's connected to Boyers, Pennsylvania. They have underground tunnels, believe it or not, guys, leading to these places from Pittsburgh to Lilyville, Lillyville. And it goes to Boyers, Boyers, Pennsylvania. They have a tunnel there also from Lilyville that goes to Boyers. And then from Boyers, they have a connection going back to Butler, Pennsylvania. And where we heard comments about Butler, Pennsylvania, is that last year or year before, 24, I think it was, they tried to kill Trump there, supposedly. The thing about Boyers, Pennsylvania, guys, is that's where they keep all this underground stuff. Remember when Elon Musk and Trump tried to get into this underground facility in Pennsylvania? That was Boyers, Pennsylvania. Like I say, it has a tunnel that connects it to Butler, Pennsylvania, where the attack went on. Also to Lilyville, where the underground communication bunker is. And this all leads back to 635 Grant Street in Pennsylvania. Okay. It's already starting, guys. Sometimes I put out stuff that they don't like. This morning, already trying to research some more information, I got ChatGPT and Grok and Claude shut down on me, said I can't ask no more questions. And I paid for the service at one of these AIs, and it still refused to help me. It shut down, said it cannot complete the task, and it shut down on me. And it's getting crazy, guys. Some of the stuff I dig around in here and everything, it gets a little instant. And it's not uncommon for somebody else's computer down the road to get affected by this kickback system that they do. And I'm not saying it's YouTube, but guys, the powers be do watch stuff. They don't like what a lot of people say. And I'm one of them, I think. They don't like what I say. But anyway, y'all go ahead and look at the connection between Grant Street in Pennsylvania, 635 Grant Street, to Lilyville, Pennsylvania, then to Boyers, Pennsylvania, then to Butler, Pennsylvania, and back to Lilyville, Pennsylvania. And you might find some interesting facts about that. Look up about these places at 635 Grant Street and Jared Kushner's operator building in New York City. And I forget the other place and everything that's in New York. But guys, all this is part of the underground network, communications hardened network system that goes on in the United States. It's also connected to Greenbrier in West Virginia. So y'all might want to find that interesting if y'all want to look up the information on that and everything. It's kind of cool. It don't take you anywhere, but it's still stuff that you might want to find kind of particularly interesting. That's a mouthful. Let me find the other notes here. I got sticky notes lined up all over the place so I don't get lost in what I'm doing here. All right, here's another one. I got to take them in order. Wait a few more minutes here. Don't know if y'all have heard about it or anything like that, but they're talking about it is on one of those tech newspapers that they're going to start giving people vacations through a VR headset. In other words, people will go on these exclusive vacations. The rich and powerful people go on these vacations to who knows where, even off world, other planets, other moons, and they will record it with a specialized HR or VR headset that records this and records it. And then us of the mundane persuasion, the people of Earth that can't afford these exclusive, expensive vacations, well, we'll get to watch them through a VR headset right in your own living room, at your own time, with pauses and breaks and skips aheads and everything else like that. Your own personal vacation where you don't even have to leave your living room. So that kind of ties back to the guy stuff that they was talked about in the movie Total Recall. Y'all remember you could take a vacation, experience a spy episode, you as a spy, or anything like that. Movie star, all with a VR headset strapped onto you or implanted into your body. And even so, guys, if we're going to look at another movie, the Surrogates movie that with Bruce Willis in it, was another episode of this living a world without living it. You sit in your living room and live your mundane world and everything, and there you go. What's up, Kara? They're trapped monkeys and flies in their own matrix already. Exactly. We do live in kind of a matrix if you think about it. You really do. Our society is controlled 100%. Our outrages, even our explanations, our terms that come in to deal with this and everything, exposing all this information, is part of that matrix system that they know is going to happen. It's all planned out. Whether it's a computer controlled simulation or like I want to talk to or not, I don't think it is, but it is reality, and it is a controlled reality. That's about the truth of it right there, guys. We don't have control of what's going on in the world. We only have limited choices about what we can do or can't do or can say or can't say, where we go or can't go. We have limited choices, limited opportunities, and therefore it's a controlled system. Is that anything that I'll cue you? So yeah, we do live in a controlled society, completely 100% controlled. We're even limited to what religions, if any, we can choose from. If that don't beat all, they tell us what we can believe, what we can believe in, and how long we can believe it. It's crazy. What do y'all think so far? I appreciate comments. I appreciate anybody that can give comments and everything. Those just sitting in the quiet, not talking or anything. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about what we're talking about. What's up, Buckeye? Do it at 9. Okay.
18
Get-
minutes. So far, 18 minutes.
18 minutes. Okay. I don't know how to feel empty time.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I made notes here, but it's all about anyway. But y'all know that Israel is the largest welfare state of the United States. Really, Jim? That's cool. That's an important movie right now, guys, with things going on. Remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger did one back in the 90s, and what's this other guy did one recently, last in 2000 something other. Both of them are important, guys, because that's exactly what can go on. We know they could steal our memories, they can control our thoughts and control our verbiage anymore. Y'all know that, don't you? Through the technology and nanobots and frequencies and everything like that, they actually can see what's going on in your brain. even through your screen on your TV or phone like that, they can read your emotions, and these emotions lead to what you're thinking. And they have algorithms that understand this and will tell them what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what your next reaction is going to be because of this. So, yeah, enjoy this. Israel is the biggest welfare state of the world. All right. They only produce stuff that really benefits them, that they can actually trade and secure, but they actually add no wealth at all to any other nation. Any other trade they do is equal in monetary value. Voltaire said, if you want to know who runs the world, see who can't make fun of. Well, that's the truth. But Israel only trades equal amounts, 1-for-1, with all other countries in the world, except for 2. And the second country is, believe it or not, this country supports the Jewish empire quite a bit, in the low billions of dollars, not anywhere near what the United States does, but this country right here, above any other country, supports Israel. And that country is Germany. I'll let y'all sit there to think about that. Stew on that for a minute. Germany is the second highest donor and contributor to the Israeli welfare state. United States being the first, of course. Now, if that is not a kick in the pants, Germany, of all places, is a staunch supporter of Israel. Both military, equipment, information, and money. Now, if that isn't a kick in the pants. And of course, the United States is number one. Their own record on paper, they said they only give Israel like 3.8 billion. That's with a big capital B, $billion to Israel each year. But all told, guys, with the equipment and all things that has monetary value, I'm not talking about information or any of that other stuff, but anything that has actual monetary value, we're close to $168 billion a year that we're giving to Israel. 168 billion with a capital B that we're giving to Israel each year. Kind of startling numbers right there, isn't it, guys? So we got that going on. And it's kind of odd that this is going on like this, guys. And of course, we see everything about it, everything. We're going to get into North America here shortly, believe it or not, guys. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff here we can talk about. Might as well go into getting into it. We've seen a lot of stuff that points that there was an Egyptian settlement, Egyptian civilization in the United States, in the Grand Canyon, back in the day. I don't know how many years ago, but it was years and years ago, guys. We've seen evidence of this. People talking about the archaeological finds they found there, the pyramid buildings, not only in North America, around the area of Grand Canyon, but all the way through Central America, all the way into South America. Not sure about Canada, but guys, we do know for sure in the United States that there was pyramids built here. We've seen evidence of Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. Bones of giants, treasures, golden treasures, vases, everything else like this, guys, all with Egyptian hieroglyphics and other languages. In fact, if you kind of think of it wildly, out of the box, if you think about it, it sounds like Babylon might have been around the Grand Canyon. But nonetheless, the Grand Canyon kind of looks like it was an Egyptian home. So when Moses did his exodus from Egypt, and if Egypt was in the Grand Canyon, and it took him 40 years to get to the promised land, it kind of makes sense when you put in a few variables, like AI estimates that there's over 2 million people that left Egypt on the Exodus with Moses. 2 to 3 million people, guys. Now, this includes old and elderly, infirmed, injured, sick, women, children, and their household stuff, their goods, their animals, their feeds, their foods, and all their stuff that they need for travels. Now, when they left Egypt, they didn't know where they was going. Moses said, we're going to the promised land, but where is it? Well, it's over there. So they went out walking. Now, when you go out searching for a place to live, you just don't go and settle anywhere, because a lot of people, it's already around there, don't want you living there. This is their land, and they don't want nobody coming around. So you have to keep looking. Now, at one time, there was a bridge across from North America to Siberia and on through to, you could follow that on down to the Middle East. Now, after wandering all these years and everything, he has to stop every so often to resupply, to send out scouts for favorable land, to make deals with people of the lands that you're going through, so you could travel through it, or maybe you could stay there a few days. All this went on, guys. So over a period of 40 years till Moses got to the area of Mount Sinai is not beyond belief. And in fact, it is well within reason of 40 years worth of travel of 2+ million people, infirm, elderly, women, and children, and their supplies, and sending out scouts throughout the place to find a promised land that they knew nothing of. Well, it took them 40 years to get there. And it makes complete sense and plausible belief. I did this check with AI, ChatGPT. I put in the limits, what I thought was possibilities, and you're traveling with 2 million people, you're not just going to march and helter-skelter in some place without finding out that you're going to get killed, because these people don't want you there. So you would send scouts in to talk to the people, see what the lay of the land is, see if it's favorable to you or if the people are favorable to you. And then you move on. You get tired, you stop, you eat, you move on. So, of course, this would take several years, even without hindrances, guys, even without no limitations, with them traveling with everything they need. It would have took them 15 years to travel that far straight through. But at the rate they could travel, maybe 3 to 8 miles a day, well, it's closer to 30 to 40 years. So it is plausible and believable now that Egypt was not in the Middle East, like they say, not where these giant pyramids are, but perhaps in North America, like we're being led to believe now. So I'll let that sit there for a minute, and y'all tell me what you think there. I know it's beyond speculations, unimaginable, but guys, the evidence is pointing to this quite a bit. There was an Egyptian queen that went west in boats and never came back. Surrogate, yes. Yeah, that's that movie. So it's not too hard to believe, guys, that since they lied to us about everything else, we have to think about our own sources of truth and where it lies, where it leads us to, no matter what else you might want to think. So we start questioning where Egypt was actually to begin with. Then we want to start questioning where the Garden of Eden actually was. And that's another conversation on down the road that we get into this, about the truth of what the real beginning was. I'm getting hoarse now. Egypt, we know, is the second Egypt. It is a good, strong possibility. What if Egypt was the original Egypt, set up satellite cities, much like itself, like other countries, Rome did? They had other copies of their capital home in Rome and other places set up similar to it. So it's not too unfathomable to believe that that's what happened. The possibilities are endless in this, but the evidence points to something else. This is the reset. Yes, we are going through a reset here soon. That's for sure. And not everybody's going to die, but a lot of people are. That's another time. Make sure. Yep, that's another conversation. Yep, they're done that one. All right. One more thing. The recent moon mission, the one Artemis mission, guys, and we'll talk about that in the Orion capsule. We saw so easily, saw through the fake of it and everything like that, that it seems like they purposely put this up to be fake. They knew we would see the fakes and we would jump on it and start talking about it. Same thing with the Origin mission, the Blue Origin mission spacecraft. You know, it's fake. We all know that. We all know that a lot of the other missions that's gone up, I'm not going to say all of them and everything like that, but the Apollo missions, the shuttle missions, they were all faked. It was done on a movie set. It's cheaper to make a movie than it is to actually send people into space. Yeah, that's the truth. And so we got to keep that in mind. But the thing is, guys, they are getting us used to not believing what we're told in the media. Not from NASA, not from the government, not from the media, not from your religious people, not from your schools or educators, or from anybody. They're basically pushing this agenda right in our faces, making us want to stop believing all of them. And you kind of see it, the obvious push to make us see the ridiculous and the BS coming from all these fundamental institutions that's been holding us secure in our beliefs for thousands of years. They're pushing every way possible to get us to stop having faith and belief in any of these institutions. So why is that, guys? What do y'all think they would do this? Why do you think they want to stop being having faith and belief and courage and strength from our fundamental institutions that's been ingrained into our society for thousands of years? Why would they want to break these beliefs, these truths that we hold dear? Why would they do that? We've seen our education system getting destroyed by one group or another. We've seen our healthcare getting destroyed. We've seen our politics just completely obliterated, and there's no truth in it at all. We know there's no trust in any of these institutions. Our medical field, we have no trust in. Our educators, we have no trust in. Religion, holy shit, we have no trust in. So what do we have trust in anymore, guys? Just ourselves, right? Our friends, our neighbors, and our loved ones. Because they're not going to tell us the truth, right? So what would serve them to make sure we destroy all our fundamental truths, all our fundamental beliefs, all our fundamental foundation strength of our society? Why would they want to destroy all that? Because that's exactly what they're doing. And they're being obvious about it, completely obvious about what they're doing. You did?
Wow.
That's crazy, man. I know it's a different society and everything like that. Y'all go ahead and give me your answers. Why y'all think they would want to break all these fundamental truths or foundations? That's a good point. Yes, exactly. They was disenfranchising this for takeover. Exactly. You think Moses? I believe he did too. Anna's getting on it right there about the blue bean guys. They want to stop believing in all this fundamental stuff that we've held true for centuries because they're getting ready to introduce a new truth. Their truth again, of course, but it's going to be a new truth. It's not going to be based off the Christian system anymore. They're going to introduce you a blue beam savior, a blue beam Messiah, and a new world order. And I've told y'all about this, that they're killing the old world order, replacing it from a different kind of way for a different new world order. And the old system is really bucking against this, but it's coming on board. So, yes, they want us to lose faith in what our foundation beliefs, and what we hold true and decent in our life. They want all that gone because without these in place, with these in place, guys, they can't introduce the New World Order and get it pushed through. So they have to destroy it, even if it means destroying themselves, because the agenda matters more than anything else. So which agenda are we talking about, right? We've heard plenty of them. We've heard of Agenda 2030, heard Agenda 2025, or excuse me, 2025, Agenda 2050. We heard of the Anglo-Saxon mission agenda and everything that ties in it, different projects. And there's so many different agendas, guys, on the board. Moses was a magician.
I think it's talking Ramos or Ramsey. I'm not sure.
I think he said Ramsey first. You almost tried. Gods of Egypt is another good one. Yes, I like these Gods of Egypt movies because, guys, they tie so much into our own current belief systems. And I'm sorry, but the belief systems are a bunch of hooey to me. But anyway, on with the story. Anyway, guys, they want to destroy all their fundamental beliefs and everything because they want to introduce a new world order. And the only way you can do that is destroy the previous system. All the beliefs and whatever else, and belief and faith in the government supporting you, doing things for you, the churches, the schools, and everything else like that, guys. They want to take all that and destroy it because with that in place, they can't introduce what they're getting ready to do. Roman is driving Egypt. So, I mean, we got agenda. I mean, y'all remember Jade Hymn 15, Jade Hymn 16? We heard about Agenda 2025, even though it come out with the Heritage Foundation 2025 plan or whatever it was called, Project 2025. That was Agenda 2025. And it started when Trump came in office, guys, 2025. Hi, Paul. So now we got Agenda 2030 is the next one on the list. And we've heard so much about 2030, guys, and everything. And their population that they want to get to, which is less than 500 million, guys, is on board. Now, this will not occur by 2030, guys. Their final end date of all this stuff that the new world order is in place is going to be 2050. And I guess everybody forgot about the Agenda 2050. That's when everything's supposed to be in place and everything's run pretty much smoothly, and everything's in a perfect working order by 2050. Agenda 2030 actually, guys, is when everything starts really kicking in hard. A lot of population loss, a new formation of and everything like that, of energy distribution, stuff like that. And that's what we're going to get into today. All right. Y'all heard about this, that, Trump kind of got tired of Netanyahu messing around over there. And this is not the second time he's threatened Netanyahu in Israel. This last one, guys, if you interpret it, it's also linked to an Illuminati card game card, Enough is Enough. But in context, Trump said that he would lay Israel in a nuclear dust pile. He would let the sands of a nuclear dust fall upon Israel, which means he would bomb the F out of Israel if they didn't straighten up. Trump threatened Israel with nuclear annihilation. Can you believe that, guys? Now, I thought Netanyahu was pulling the strings, but it looks like it's been turned. And I said this once before a while back, that Trump is the leader of the game, the deal maker. He was playing his own game by letting Netanyahu run around and do what he was going to do because it played into what Trump wanted to do. And what did Trump want to do? Well, he wanted to carry out what he wanted to start to do in 2015, his collusion with Vladimir Putin. And guys, I think I have enough proof to put this together. Of course, it's publicly available, but you kind of look at it sideways and take it for what it is. All right. So if y'all ready, we're going to get into this whole thing about this energy crisis that's going on and the connections to Putin and Trump and the Anglo-Saxon Mission Agenda, and Agenda 2030. So, are y'all ready for this? In basic things, guys, the Anglo-Saxon mission is the fundamental principles is long-term elite coordination. A small interconnected power structure quietly directs global events over decades. 2. Crisis engineering and exploitation. Large-scale crises, especially global war, are used, whether created or steered, to reset the world order. Let me take a drink here. 3. Population reduction. A major decrease in global population is considered intentional and necessary for control and sustainability. 4. Selective protection and destabilization. Some regions are destabilized or sacrificed, while others, primary Western Anglo-Sphere areas, are preserved. 5. Control of key resources. Dominance over oil, energy, food, and infrastructure is central to maintaining power. 6. Centralized post-crisis system. After global disruptions, a tighter, more centralized form of governance emerges. 7. Anglo-Sphere-centered dominance. The resulting power structures led primarily by Western English-speaking nations and their leadership networks. And the summary. A long-term plan in which elites use global crisis to reduce population, control resources, and restructure the world into a centralized system led by the Anglo-Sphere powers. That is basically the fundamentals of the Anglo-Saxon mission agenda. So there's your basic principles. And yes, the Georgia Guidestones plays right into this, guys. We'll go ahead and get the next one up here. Little fact here about the U.S. crude facilities. U.S. crude facilities, incidents, and shutdowns between 2005 and 2026. In 2005, there was an explosion at the BP Texas City. Explosion killed 15. 2017, Valero. 2008, BP Texas City again. 2009, Citgo in Corpus Christi. 2010, Testarossa and Cadiz in Washington. The Chevron in 2012 in Richmond, California. 2018, Superior Refinery in Wisconsin. 2019, the Philadelphia Energy Solutions in Pennsylvania. And coastal supply disrupted by Sunco Marsh Hook, Pennsylvania explosion. There's been permanent shutdowns because of these explosions. That is in 2009, the Sunco Eagle Point in New Jersey, the Hessport Redding in New Jersey, Marathon Martinez in California, Marathon Gallup in New Mexico. 8 refineries shut down post-COVID because several crude facilities in 2021 and 2022, 8 shut down because of COVID, supposedly. 2025, Phillips 66 in Wilmington, LA, California, Los Angeles, California, went down. And Valero in Venezuela, California, went down. In Mexico, we've had 1, 2, 3 also heavy crude facilities shutting down. Over 60% of the U.S. refineries are built for heavy crude. Now, that is important, guys. But the explosions fire has tripled between 2018 and 2022 versus previous years. All right. Now, these numbers kind of hard to cover up, guys, and think about. But United States, our North American crude oil is what they considered light crude oil. And I thought that light crude oil was a precursor before you got to heavy crude, but actually it's the reverse. Heavy crude has more contaminants in it than light crude. In fact, light crude is already previously refined. It's filtered out, and it's lighter, and it's called a sweet crude. Well, we ship all that overseas because why? Our facilities are built for heavy crude. Why that is, I don't know why they did it, but guys, it don't make no sense. We built heavy crude processing facilities in the United States, and we ship our light crude somewhere else to get processed, which actually cost a hell of a lot less to process than heavy crude. In fact, even the facilities to process light crude cost about 25% or more less than a heavy crude processing facility, and it costs less to maintain and keep it going than a heavy crude facility. So we have all these things, and they said that heavy crude, because of the trade deals and everything like that, well, we have to ship them in from somewhere else, and that includes Middle East, Germany, Russia, Venezuela, Mexico, and everywhere else, guys, except right here in hometown USA, where you live, I live, everywhere else. So that is going on, guys. We've been shipping other crude into us and going through this major, costly, expensive processing plant process to get our oil to the cars and our homes, and even into the plastics and our chemicals and our medications and everything else. 90% of what you use every day, guys, is made from petrochemical. There's no doubt about it. So why do we ship all this stuff over from another place and ship our stuff, which is already partially refined, somewhere else? It makes no sense to me. It costs more to do it, costs more to refine it, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, there's that. So secretly, guys, believe it or not, because all this, I kind of followed a timeline here. Now here's another one. Between 2002, 2018, 2022 alone, there's approximately 51 refinery explosions and fires reported, with 40 of these incidents occurring in just that 4-year window. One source reported 96 petrochemical incidents also in this time period, 23 and 132 in 24. So that is, guys, right there, big, strong points that our oil infrastructure is being attacked. Our heavy crude facilities are being taken to task. This is going on, guys, since 2008, and most especially since 2012. All right? There is an energy war going on, guys. And here's the paper I created, guys. I was going to have AI read it and everything like that, but I'll go ahead and read it to you anyway. If you've been following the news, you've seen the headlines: tensions with Iran, mysterious explosion at Russian pipeline hubs, a U.S. president talking aggressively about Panama Canal, and gasoline prices that won't stop climbing. But underneath all that noise, something far bigger is happening, something most news outlets aren't talking about. The United States is quietly building a new oil refining network in Central America, the Caribbean, and Northern South America. This isn't just a business deal, according to a growing body of evidence. It's a wartime level contingency plan, one that assumes the entire system of the Middle East and Russia could be destroyed or blocked for a generation. Where'd you go? Where was it at? So, yeah, guys, all this stuff and everything. Remember, Trump is saying drill, baby, drill into North America. Like crude. Trump has quietly been positioning himself along with another country leader to develop light crude facilities in other countries. In countries where the EPA and other standards of the United States prevents us from rapid growth. And in fact, I did a study, guys, believe it or not, I always do this, checking everything, that within the last several years, there has been groundwork and framework and paperwork filed for building these facilities of U.S. oil production facilities in these other countries. For light crude oil, it's been going on since 2015. The framework's been laid, the groundwork has been laid, the wording has been made, the contracts are yet to be signed, but it's ongoing, guys. And the push is coming from, you know who, Mr. DJT, who's in line with these light oil crude facilities. Remember, he's trying to take over Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, and all the way up to Greenland, guys. And why is that? Because that is where they're going to process the light crude oil. So why, if we cut out the middleman, as you say, the shipping industry of bringing oil to us, and if we can produce it here, and if we can shut down the oil processing facilities in other places like the Middle East, like we've been doing, and getting Iran to bombing other people's oil facilities, and we're bombing theirs, and Israel's bombing them, and everybody else is bombing each other's oil producing facilities in the Middle East, who do you think they're going to turn to get oil from? The timeline for building these facilities, guys, in the United States, if they was to switch over to light crude facilities, either rebuilding or building new ones, would take up to 40 years with permits and licenses and everything like that. 40 years. But if we did this in another country, guys, if we started in 2015 and started this, it would take about 12 to 15 years. And in fact, at recent standings going on with everything that's going in line right now, guys, they will have these light crude facilities pumping out oil within 3 years, 3 to 7 years. So when is Agenda 2030 going to be happening? 3 years, 3 to 7 years. No one's talked about the recent Bilderberg meeting. You're right. Also, Australia's having oil refineries blown up. Guys, it's not just in the United States and Australia. It is around the world. Everybody's oil production facilities are getting hampered with. All right. And there's a plan to this. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I found connections. I'm not going to go ahead and dig it up because it sounds like silly me talking up. But there was a Russian investment person that was in the United States working. He got busted and he's convicted of a felony and everything like that and all blah, blah, blah. But guess what? He was tied to the Russian mafia. And guess what else? He worked for Donald Trump. He worked in the Donald Trump Tower, at Trump Tower. He worked at the White House. He made a deal that Trump sold a piece of Florida property for double its profit 2 days after, or a few days after he bought it. He doubled his profit to a Russian oligarch. So this guy also has ties directly to Vladimir Putin through crime industry, and also through the government and banking. This guy's name is Sayer, S-A-Y-E-R. I don't have the paperwork, so I'm not going to draw it up, guys. It is a direct link between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin and the Russian mafia, where it is well known that Donald Trump got his money from after his bankruptcy hearings, and he lost everything in, what was it, 2000, whenever it was, and he got picked back up. I thought it was through Jacob Rothschild, but I'm finding out, guys, it was Russian mafia money, Russian banking money that got him back up. So y'all go ahead and use y'all's imagination all you want to and see if there's not a direct link or a quasi-direct link between him and Putin. And with the recent deals going on in the Middle East, and not so much going on in Russia, in fact, even Trump has lifted restrictions and all that stuff on Russian oil market recently in the last few months, and his refusal to help with the Ukraine effort recently, last year or so, etc. and everything, makes us look and wonder if Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin has not made a deal to control the oil market and therefore control the world. Remember, we're shutting off, the United States is shutting off oil supply from the Middle East completely. 100%, guys. Don't think that there's anything will be coming out of there unless it's okay through Trump or his peace council, as he calls it. We are securing the light crude industry that's coming out of the United States, and it's going to be building facilities to process. Remember, Donald Trump made it okay to start shipping crude oil from domestic ports up and down the coast to help with the supply line. This includes the light crude oil that we'll be bringing back from Venezuela, from Caribbean, from Cuba, from Mexico to the United States, to their ports there, pumping it out and shipping it nationwide. That's the plan, guys. And they want to control this. And remember, we got the Panama Canal back. We control the shipping lanes in the Atlantic and in the Pacific. And we damn near control all the shipping going on around the world. So if we control that, we got to control on the heavy crude coming out of the Middle East, and everybody has to either ask the United States or Russia for oil. What do you think it looks like? I'll wait for y'all's answers for just a minute. They've done this before. That's exact, guys. But this is the biggest thing I've seen. I mean, I thought the oil crisis in the 73 or 72, 73 was bad. But guys, this is a major escalation of stuff. This goes in with the Agenda 2030 with the Anglo-Saxon mission agenda and the Agenda 2050. This all ties in, guys, to a new world order. It's going to be controlled by the Anglo-Saxon agenda, if you will. And it all points to this, guys. Right now, the WEF can go kiss its own ass because I don't think Trump or anybody else is listening to them anymore. And in fact, I think they're going to be put as a footnote for too much longer, along with NATO and Davos and all these others. We've got a new leader coming on to the world, guys, and it's going to be done by a trilateral, perhaps, organization. And we'll see where it goes. What's up, Steve-O? Not just funny looking. You're right, Steve-O. What's up, man? But that's what's going on, guys, right there. I can go into, I thought I was going to talk and talk and talk, but my voice is getting hard.
You need something to drink?
I still got it.
Okay, I had to batten down the hatches.
Okay. You're right, it's making it hard on China. I want you to look at, again, guys, that you look at the agenda or Anglo-Saxon mission or the Anglo-Saxon agenda, if you will, is that everybody else except white people is going to be excluded from all this new world order. They're going to be outside the gate wanting in, as they say. They're not going to get the supplies. And in fact, if we look at the population density, everything, the 500 million, guys, is starting to look like a lot like the people that we left over in the white dominant countries. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything as a bigotry, guys, but when we start looking at the real facts and everything, we see what's going on. They're the Pharaoh. I don't know. See, I've tried to do a research into bloodlines and Anglo-Saxons and different racial groups and everything like that, you know, whatever you want to call it and everything like that. And you can't really get any real truth out of anything, guys. No, the Anglo-Saxon mission is to have white people the dominant race on the planet. And I think it started out in 8th century. And it was the first time it was mentioned, and it has been carried on secretly by secret societies for umpteen centuries. Y'all know about secret societies, don't you? Really good sunscreen. Well, that's the truth, guys. The sun's already hitting 80 degrees out there. 84 today? 84 today. And it's only supposed to be in the mid 60s, upper low 70s. That is true. Then there's a thing I'm working on, guys, about this race thing. And I don't want to be racial or anything but like that, guys. But there is proof out there that we're not all the same. We're not all really connected like they want to talk about and everything like that. And the Garden of Eden may have not been in Africa. Or in fact, there may have been multiple Garden of Edens, if you want to take it that way. But that's another conversation that goes in about the Gospel of George. And that's really not a gospel, guys. I don't want everybody to think that that's a Bible or anything like that, but it's an attempt at presenting an alternative truth to the stories that we've been told. The sunscreen lighter skin. Yeah. Well, they say that it was a genetic mutation because of people migrated away from the hotter sun in the south, in Africa. Therefore, because of their movement, their skin changed to absorb more sunlight because there wasn't as much available. But I call BS on that story. But that's what the genetics says. But of course, we know they lie. I'm losing places. I'm losing everything. Here's the thing, guys. There's one thing I do know is that everything we've been told, everything we've ever believed in, and everything like that, pretty much is a lie. And that's my belief, guys. And it's been me going in here and digging around and trying to find out the truth about what things are. We've been told this is the truth, and we have been told that to restrict our investigations into these parameters that they tell us that the world was, how it was. But guys, that's nowhere near the truth. I mean, there was people on the planet Earth before the Garden of Eden. There's evidence of that, and everything else like that, guys. There's so much evidence out there that disproves all the stuff that we've been hammered down our throat that this is the truth, when in fact we know actually it isn't. That's good, Steve. There are genetic alterations. There's always genetic alterations. And they say they are natural, but guys, no way. No way. Not as much mutations as they're talking about. If there was that much mutations, that frogs wouldn't bump their butt when they hopped. Okay? That's plain and simple. If there's that much genetic mutation going on, a lot of things would be more advanced, walking upright and talking and going to jobs than us. But like I say, that's another conversation.
Yeah, mankind knew everything was clean first before humans. Before the Garden of Eden.
That's about it.
Oh, really?
I write out stuff. I covered everything. Just I didn't read all the articles I had up here, guys, because it's both lengthy. If y'all want copies of any of the articles I've got here about what's going on and everything like that, let me know in the comments or in the email, whatever, and I'll be sure to get a copy of out to you. If you want it by email, give me your email address, and I'll send you copies of all the articles I got on this right here. It's quite extensive, to be honest with you guys, and a good reading if you like to read. And it kind of exposes what I believe is the real truth about what's going on in our society right now. We're being led down a narrow path, and it's going to be a new world order. It's going to be the Anglo-Saxon new world order, and everything's fighting against it. Netanyahu, I thought he was the player, but he's being played, and he's going to be left out. And I said before that Trump is going to play him, use him, and then kick him out of the circle. And it kind of looks like that's what's going to happen. I'm glad of it, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of Netanyahu or anything else that comes out of there. But that's where it is. That's what I think. But I'd like to have y'all's comments, what you think about what I've been talking about this New World Order, the Anglo-Saxon agenda that's on board that I think is actually being played out in front of our eyes, and the calamities that's being presented on different countries that are other than white. Okay, I could do that. I guess I could. That's a lot of effort on my part. I'll do it in the comments after the video's over with and everything. I'll put up all the articles. It was a link for all this. I didn't know I could do that, but cool.
You can do the comments.
Okay.
In your post.
Yeah.
Post.
I'll do that. I'll put them up either in the comments here or as a separate post on the community page.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, how long ago?
64 minutes.
Oh, it's only been an hour. I'm wore out. I know a lot of people think I'm really far-fetched in my ideas, guys, but once you start shedding away all the crap they've been shoving down our throats about what this is being and everything like that, the truth. And once you shed that shroud over you, you actually see a lot more than what they've been letting us see. Vibrational song. Well, my vibration must be out of discord. I just want the truth, guys. That's all I'm after, and I don't care where it leads. Even if it makes me, it makes me look bad or whatever. I don't care. But the truth needs to be told, no matter where it leads, no matter what it exposes or who it exposes, or what it leaves bare. We should not be denied the truth, and that's my premise of everything. Is we've been lied to because we can't handle the truth. Well, that's pretty much the real truth, guys. Our society could not handle the real truth of what's everything going on, with the idea of aliens and demons and spirits and collusions and corruptions and everything like that, guys. We don't have a chance in hell about what's going on. But it helps a lot if we know a little bit what's going on, some kind of truth of what things are going on. It makes the bitter pill a little bit easier to swallow. I'll do the documents in the comments below after the video gets up and everything. It might take a day or so, but another day, but I'll get them up there. No doubt about it. I didn't know anything about doing that. That's pretty cool. So what do y'all got, guys? What do you see going on around your neighborhood? Around where we live, I see preparations going on for a 15-minute city and a lot of the towns that's around here and the communities and everything. Guess what? This weekend, or next weekend, isn't it? Yeah, the 22nd, 23rd?
Yeah.
Next weekend, right? We're having the NFL draft here in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait till it's over.
And they're estimating around 700,000 people going to come here for this ball game parade thing or whatever you're going to call it. But well, guess what y'all will see at the NFL draft? Right up front. Guess what you will see? It won't be me. I just thought I'd make a little funny thing there like that. But yeah, the NFL draft is going on in Pittsburgh this weekend, next weekend, the 23rd on. It's going to be a whole slew, a bunch of people there and celebrities and all stuff like that. So if y'all want to watch it on TV or get some ideas about what's going on, y'all go ahead and watch. And y'all can see our city of Pittsburgh, or near our city, our home. It's up the road from us. But it's not too bad of a town, but guys, it's not what it could be. Let's put it that way. It's a good place, though. It's got a lot of exciting things going on. But I do know that they're building this new thing here, this pavilion that they're going on as part of the NFL draft, guys. It's all part of the 15-minute city that they're developing, or the 15-minute city plans they're developing. And all the townships that are around Pittsburgh will be their own little 15-minute city. And maybe y'all are seeing it around where you live. I don't know where a lot of you live, around larger metropolitan urban areas. Maybe you can start noticing what they're doing, the moves they're making, the things they are passing, legislation they're passing to make this a real deal. Remember, guys, they want to have all this going on by 2030, which is what? About 3.5 years from now. Same time, they want to have these light crude facilities online pumping oil about 3 years from now. So a lot of things are lining up, guys, exactly with the 2030 agenda. And you need to start looking at this and paying attention to what's going on, because it is the truth. They're pushing forward with it. They're destroying all our fundamental beliefs and everything that we ever stood strong on, our banking system, our education system, healthcare, government, judicial system, everything, guys, being shredded apart. The truth about them is being laid bare, that they are falsified. And that's okay with them, because they want us to not believe in anything anymore, because they're going to present us and tell us what we need to believe in next, like they've done before. Whew. That's a lot. We are not watching the NFL draft. Our local news channels, guys, it's been on this 2-month banger thing about every news story. Every 5 minutes, they got something about this NFL draft, and it's been driving us nuts. You can't turn on the TV local channels without hearing about the damn thing. And nobody really gives stuff except the people that are into football, and which I'm not into professional sports. I'm not into collegiate sports. So it's just been annoying as hell to me. And Anna.
Countdown, and there'll be a post down afterwards. Talking about it for the rest of the couple weeks.
Yeah, the after talk is,
Yeah.
you know, they'll be talking about this for another month afterwards too. It's just annoying as hell. So we'll take a pause a minute, smoke a little bit, and y'all gather y'all's wits and give me some thoughts about what y'all want to talk, what y'all got going on. I got enough for me. You get yours. I think that's it's hard to tell. It's a mixture of that's in the container.
Okay.
Smoke them if you got them, guys. What is that thing in front of you there? Smoke them if you got them. On my end. See it over here?
That little sword or shield.
This, well, that thing.
I don't know what that is. I don't have it.
Damn it. I got weird things appearing on my screen, guys.
Oh, really? Look at that.
It looks like Chinese.
Looks like a Y and an A.
With a bar across the top and a hat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have a hat here. See? It's a hat. No, we see the hat. Never mind. Never mind. I'm seeing things. No one wants to talk.
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody else to say something now. I'm tired of talking.
Hello?
Got a brand new rooster. I'm like, we can't get roosters here where we live.
Oh.
They don't allow us to have roosters in our area.
Nah.
Yeah, they kind of frown on that.
Yeah, we're kind of not in the country. We got neighbors that don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
We've got a lot of junk DNA in our chromosomes, or we've got a lot of junk DNA in our systems. That's for sure.
Seven options.
See, there's another one.
Where?
Right there's Steve-O.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. I have no idea.
And there's another one with you. The hell?
It seems to be all in me. Steve-O, we're special. Me and Steve-O.
I don't know what this mark above y'all's comments, Steve-O and Anna, but there's a weird symbol there. It might be Jewish. I don't know. Hebrew. I'm not too familiar with that. But right before your comment appears, there's a funny little sign that shows up, and it looks Yiddish. Think more and more looking at it, it looks Yiddish.
I should go take a picture of it.
I don't know. Go back up here reading comments, guys. All eyes are blue underneath, but for the genetic alterations. Interesting. And the Garden of Eden was a gene land. Sunscreen. Y'all ain't talking. That's making me feel weird. Somebody say something. Damn. See, you don't get the thing now.
No.
Yeah, no, you didn't get it this time.
Oh well.
All right.
Okay. Well, that ain't watching, but nobody talking.
Just me, you.
Giggling.
Okay, how many of y'all have gone by and looked up about that 635 Grant Street in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? And how many of you connected that to Lilyville in forget, but it's a township in Pennsylvania, Boyers, Pennsylvania, Butler, Pennsylvania, and back to Lilyville, Pennsylvania. Kind of a triangle. Oh, another fact is that one of them is 33 miles apart. The other one takes 33 minutes to travel to, and the other one is 33 miles apart. 33, 33, 33. Kind of odd stuff right there, guys, about that. And this place in Lilyville also is one of the first microwave transmit stations in the United States.
Wow.
High output, high level output, high level, high output microwave relay stations in the United States. And it's near that underground facility that Trump and Musk wanted to get into in Pennsylvania. And they got tunnels that connect them. So all kinds of cool things, guys. Somebody say something. All right, I guess that's about it, guys. I don't think I can do much more than this. So I hope y'all have a good day. I hope I gave y'all some stuff to think about and look up and research yourself. Because that's the thing right there. I want to open your eyes and your mind up to the alternative truths of what's out there, besides what they're telling us on the news and by the government and by educators and religious leaders and pretty much everybody else. Find your own truth, guys, out there, because, their truth is not the truth. My truth may not be your truth, and therefore your truth may not be mine. Find your truth and follow that path. And then you can set your mind free. Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Oh, I did all that typing and I was not in the chat.
So if anybody ain't got nothing else, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, guys, and y'all have a groovy day. And as always, be nice to somebody out there. It's a good day. The sun's starting to come out, and guys, it's good times to be doing good things and be happy. Thank y'all for being here. And we'll try to do this again and see how it goes. Y'all have a groovy day. Later, taters.